go over how I managed to gain weight. First of all, respect to you because you chose to click on this long form, unedited guide rather than all of the other clickbait BS on the internet. There's guys you know who are jacking off right now as we speak, whilst you're here gaining knowledge. Massive respected. Quick introduction. My name's Krish. My current mission is to spread a good message to teenagers like myself by teaching what I just learned and implemented. I make these videos to share what worked for me so that hopefully you can gain some value from it, absorb what is useful, discard what is not, add what is uniquely your own. If by the end of this video you find it useful, you can subscribe if you want. So here's my story with this. So this picture right here, if you want to know how much I weighed, I think it was somewhere around like 97 pounds. Think about that, right? I was like 5'4", 5'5", right? I'm a short motherfucker, right? And I weighed in at 97 pounds. And truth be told, like this picture, it was taken like after I was already working out for a few months. So I started, I think, closer to 90 pounds. 90 pounds, bro. Think about that. 90 fucking pounds. Skinny as fuck. Basically just anorexic at this point. This is where I am now. I think I weighed in at around 134, 135-ish. So I've gained almost 40 pounds in the span of between 2 and 3 years. I've been working out for I think around like 3.5 years at this point. But what I actually started like taking bulking seriously, right? And obviously I made some mistakes and stuff like that. But when I actually started gaining, it was like it took two to 3 years. Because again, like during a bunch of that time, I made a bunch of mistakes. Bunch of errors. I didn't eat enough, I didn't train hard enough, and stuff like that. I'll just go over that later in this guide, but I just wanted to share with you this little photo right here. So my promise to you is to give you the steps and tools you need to actually gain weight and build muscle as a skinny guy based on what worked for me. I want you to just make a promise to yourself right now. Just watch this full guide to the very end and take action on every actionable step. If you want this guide to help you, if you want to like actually stop being skinny as hell, you're going to need to take action. You're going to need to watch this full guide to the very end. If you're going to give a video your full attention, just let it be this today. So this is where we're going to go. This is what we're going to go over today. Common excuses that I made, metabolism, ab anxiety, and other external circumstances. Then we're going to go over the bulking process, diet, training, sleep, visualizations, and tracking progress. So let's get into the common excuses. So, and this right here, this is a common excuse that I made, and this is a common excuse that a lot of skinny guys make as well. I have a really fast metabolism, so I can't gain weight. I remember I actually told this to my brother one time because he was the one who actually got me into the gym. I told him this. This is his exact response. You have a fast metabolism, so just eat more. And he also told me that you aren't actually eating as much as you think. And, you know, I took a step back and I was like, you're actually right. Like a lot of these skinny guys, they say like, oh no, but I eat 40 trillion calories a day, bro. And then when you actually look at their diet, it's like, no, you don't. You eat like maybe 1,000 per day. You just think that you eat so much because we have no appetites. Like us skinny guys, like our appetite is basically just non-existent. And our stomachs are like, they're kind of small. Chances are, right? So it's like, like this excuse is just BS. Like you have a really fast metabolism, so there's so many guys out there, me included, who had a really, really fast metabolism who still gain weight. I'm telling like I gained almost 40 pounds, and I was skinny as fuck, really really fast metabolism. I made the same excuse. I made the same excuse. I still gained almost 40 pounds. You aren't actually eating as much as you think, all right? You think right now you eat so much, you eat like a lot. Truth is, like, it's like, again, we have small stomachs and we don't have like a really, really big appetite. This excuse is BS, bro. Bullshit, all right? You can 100% gain weight. 100% you can. I know I did. Hold on. All right, ab anxiety. Hold on. Let me just take off my shirt for a second. It's really hot. Ab anxiety, right? So the common excuse of this is I don't want to bulk because I want to stay lean and I'm afraid of losing my abs. Do you want to be small? Actually, like, I remember I made this exact excuse. And then I said to myself, like, do you want to be small forever or do you want to eventually get bigger? Like, if you're watching a guide like this, chances are you want to get bigger eventually, right? If you eat like shit, of course you're going to lose your abs. If you do things right, you can actually bulk your way into bigger abs. So here's the thing, right? So if we go back to this picture, you can see here, it's like, I kind of have like maybe a little bit of ab definition, but they just weren't that big because, again, I was skinny as hell. But when I bulked, when I started training, I actually got bigger abs, more defined abs, because, again, they were bigger and stronger, more defined, right? So chances are you probably won't actually lose your abs, but like maybe you might gain some body fat. That's fine. Like, what I would much rather be like maybe just a little bit chubbier. Maybe not like super super fat, but I'd be fine with gaining some body fat, but being stronger and bigger and probably healthier as well. If you eat like shit, of course, like if you like follow these dirty bulk guys, it's like, yeah, you're probably gonna lose your abs if you just eat like shit. Because if you eat like shit, you feel like shit, and you also have shit training as well. So if you go, like, listen, if you go about this the right way, you'll be fine. If you go about this the right way, you'll actually get bigger abs too. So don't have this like ab anxiety where it's like you place all of your self-worth on just the visibility of your abdominal muscles. Like, what? Why? Like, you don't need to have this ab anxiety, all right? Like, it's like if you lose your abs, if you lose a little bit of definition, it's like it's fine. It's like, okay. The negatives are maybe you lose a little bit of ab definition. Okay, fine. What are the positives? You're stronger, you're bigger, you're more confident. You don't feel like a loser anymore. You don't feel skinny as hell. You're healthier. It's like there's a bunch of positives to this. The negatives is lose a little bit of ab definition. For me, at least, that's fine. That's a price I'm willing to pay. And even then, it's like, again, you'll bulk your way into bigger abs. Like, you'll get stronger. Your abs will be more defined as well. So you don't need to have this anxiety. Other external circumstances. So another one that a lot of skinny guys make is like, oh, I can't bulk because of X. I can't bulk because I don't have X. 99% of the time, 99.9% of the time, all excuses are BS. Most excuses, they're just like, they don't serve you in any way. So you might say like, oh, I can't bulk because, like, my parents won't let me. I can't bulk because, like, I might not have enough money or something like that. And I understand. I understand that. But we can either complain or we can do something about it. So for example, like, you may say, oh, no, I can't bulk because, like, my parents won't let me. Okay, well, maybe I can explain to my parents why weightlifting is actually really good for you, why weightlifting doesn't stunt your growth, why I want to get bigger, because I'm skinny as hell, because I feel like a loser, because I'm like, I'm just unhealthy. You can explain to them these things, and if they like, they'll probably listen to it if you give them a reasoned argument for it. I can't bulk because I don't have X. I can't bulk because, I might not have enough money, for example. Again, we can complain, or we can do something about it. So you might say like, okay, I might not have enough money. Maybe for a while, maybe I can just lock in. Maybe I can just get a job, for example. Remember, I used to work this sales job for a really, really long time, when I used to just like, like knock on doors and stuff and try and like sell some service. And actually, I made some money. I made, well, I guess like a decent amount for like a 17-year-old idiot, right? I made a decent amount of money. And I used that money to just like invest in myself as well. So again, we can either complain or we can do something about it. You might not bulk because you might not have enough money, but okay, you can get a job, you can work. There's no shame in doing that. And you'll feel proud of yourself as well. You'll feel really, really proud of yourself. You can tell the story of like, okay, like I didn't have enough money to bulk, but I got a job and I worked my ass off and I bought the food and I made huge progress. That's a story that you can tell as well. And that's sick, bro. Like that's actually like, you should be proud of that as well. So you can complain about these excuses, or you can just do something about it. Because these excuses, they don't serve you at all. You are where you are because you've listened to your brain. Maybe instead just think like, okay, I am where I am because I listened to my brain. Maybe I should just like take a step back and not listen to that part of my brain. Listen to the other part of your brain, like the like Chad part of your brain that's like, come on, let's do it. Let's figure out a way to make it happen. You can absolutely figure out a way to make this happen. Absolutely, bro. Come on. So we've covered the common excuses. Now, let's go into the actual bulking process. Diet, right? So you eat like shit, you feel like shit, you have shit training. That's what I said before. It's really just that simple. There's nothing else to it. Like the I guess like the critique that I have for these dirty bulk guys. Calories aren't the same. Even like macronutrients aren't the same. Like 30 grams of protein from whey protein, it's gonna probably build you more muscle than 30 grams of protein from like weird vegan protein, like soy shit. Why? Because there's actual science behind this. Because like of bioavailability. I know I just like yapped a bunch of terms, but it's like, if you look into like the research of this, it's like calories aren't the same. They aren't the same, dude. If you eat like shit, you feel like shit, you're gonna have shit training. It's that simple. Because like you can have this mindset like, oh, just get the calories in, bro. Just get the calories. Because I had that mindset as well. But it's just gonna make your health worse, bro. Like really? Like listen, because we want both, right? We want to get bigger, to get stronger, but we also want to be healthy too. Like duh. Like why the fuck wouldn't you want to be healthy? That's like self-love right there. Like there's so many people, like I just don't understand it. They're just like they'll eat a piece of food just because it tastes good, but it doesn't serve you in any way. Like why? Eat foods that your great grandparents recognize as food. So not your parents, not your grandparents, but your great grandparents. Not your parents, not their parents, but their parents. Because even these days, it's like my grandparents, they're like, if I show them an Oreo, for example, it's like they kind of know. It's like, yeah, it's an Oreo. Which is kind of sad, but like even my grandparents, they're still based. Like they still eat primarily whole foods. Your great grandparents, if you went back in time, you gave your grandparents like a pack of Oreos, they would look at you like, okay, what the fuck is this? Like, what is that? So maybe you just like think to yourself right now, like, what would your great grandparents recognize as food? Would it be Oreos? Would it be fucking like Krispy Kreme donuts or some other BS? No, probably not, right? What would they say? Meat, eggs, cheese, potatoes, fruit. Basically just single ingredient foods, right? Eat food that your great grandparents would recognize as food. So it's like another way we can say this: just eat foods that have one ingredient. One ingredient foods. What is the ingredient in chicken? Like, what's the ingredient list like if you buy like a piece of chicken breast? What is it? What's the ingredient list? It doesn't have one. And maybe sometimes it does have one. What's the ingredients? Chicken breast. The ingredients in milk, what is it? Whole milk. That's it. What are the ingredients in an apple? There are none. Why? Because like the ingredients in an apple is apple. Like I know that might sound like really retarded. But it's really that. It's just that simple. So for bulking, eat real food, just eat more of it. What helped me a lot actually was to just have a higher fat diet as well, because like there's so many people, even I said this too at the beginning of the video, who are just like, just eat more, bro. You'll be fine, bro. It's like, okay, yeah, but what does that mean? Like, how do I do that? Higher fat diet is actually really like, it's really big one. So you can, a higher fat diet just means eat foods that are higher in fat. That's it. Because fat has more calories per gram than protein and carbs and stuff. Fat is 9 calories per gram. Protein is like 4. Carbs is like 4, something like that, right? So eat more fats, eat more butter, eat more, you know, eggs and avocados and like, stuff like that. Peanut butter and whatnot, nuts. That helped me a lot because fats are like, they're so calorically dense. Like you can just like throw down some avocados just like that. That's like 600 calories for like 2 avocados. You can throw down a couple of tablespoons of peanut butter in your shake, right? And boom, that's like an extra like 500 calories. That's actually huge. That's like massive, right? Log everything into MyFitnessPal as well. So this was really helpful for me. When I didn't track like there's people who say like, oh no, you shouldn't track calories because of this and this and this. For me, it's like, do it at least once. I eat relatively the same thing every single day just for simplicity's sake. And a lot of people, they're just like, oh no, I couldn't do that. But it's like once you find a diet that you enjoy, it's like, why not eat the same thing every single day? Generally the same thing, right? Just log, if you don't want to use MyFitnessPal because you're lazy, okay, that's fine. But at least log it once. At least log all of the food that you should eat once into MyFitnessPal. At least this helped me a lot because I used to undereat way too much. And chances are, if you're a skinny guy, you're gonna relate to this because we undereat a lot. We don't really have that much of an appetite, and so we don't exactly know like how much food we really should be eating in order to gain weight. You know what I mean? So when you log everything into MyFitnessPal, what it does is like it keeps you accountable. Because I remember several days when I would just like eat food intuitively and or like bulk and stuff, and then I would actually like input it in. It was only like 2,000 calories. Like I still need another 1,000. When you log everything into MyFitnessPal this way, it keeps you accountable. And it also it's just peace of mind as well because you're not going to be like going to bed that night like questioning like did I eat what I was supposed to eat today? Did I like do all this stuff? Like, am I supposed to eat more? Like what? when you log everything into MyFitnessPal, it just like gives you peace of mind to know like, okay, like I'm actually doing the right thing. That's what helped me a lot, at least. If you don't want to do that, at least just log all of the food that you're going to eat once so that you kind of know like roughly like I've been using MyFitnessPal for like over 2 years at this point. So I kind of know like okay, like if I put like this much cheese in this bowl, like that's 300 grams of cheese with not around 900 calories, right? Like once you logged food long enough, it's like you kind of start to like you'll be able to like recognize it, and you'll be able to like roughly estimate like how many calories is in like a certain meal. But yeah, this really helped me as well, and high fat diet as well. Like this was a game changer for me, because I remember like I used to take this advice like, oh, you should eat higher carbs and stuff, and I used to eat like a bunch of pasta, a bunch of rice, a bunch of like potatoes and all these things. Never ever once would I used to get calories in when I did that. You should still eat carbs. So if you want to have good training, you should still eat carbs. But for me, more fats helped a lot as well. It also just tastes better, right? So your actionable steps, go online and look up a calorie calculator. So you can just type in calorie calculator into Google. Go and input all your stats. And go and input all your stats. And it'll like, your height, your weight, your age, or like how much you're active. And it'll just give you like a rough estimate of how much you should be eating. And what I would suggest, or at least what I did, was I would eat at the maintenance calories. Just sacrifice 1 week for this, right? I would eat at just the maintenance calories that it gave me for 1 week. And I would track my weight every single morning after, I used the bathroom and stuff. And what we're trying to see with this is this calculator actually accurate? You know what I mean? Because sometimes like these calculators, they can be a little bit off. So this is just to see like, okay, is this actually accurate? So once you like do this for 1 week, and let's say like you weighed in the first day at around 130 pounds, for example. After 7 days of eating the maintenance calories that it gave you, you weighed in at, again, around 130. Maybe it was like, one day it was like maybe 131, maybe one day it was like 129, but relatively 130. Then okay, that's your maintenance calories. And from there, just add anywhere from 200 to 500 calories, let's say. If you're a really skinny guy, I would go for the upper end of that. Just go straight for 500. That's what I did, at least, because I was skinny as fuck. After a week, let's say you weighed in at 130, right? After a week, you gained a pound, for example. After that week. Then okay, like that's actually like my bulking calories. That's how much I should be eating every day to gain weight. Just keep doing that. After 1 week, let's say you lose weight, you weigh in at like maybe 128, 129, something like that. You're gonna lose weight fast, by the way, if you're a skinny guy. If you weigh in at that, then okay, I should be eating way more than I should be increasing by like maybe 1,000, right? So just you need it like. I would suggest doing this is what I did, because again, like these calculators, they're not like exactly the best. You can like still follow them without doing this. But just sacrifice 1 week and just go do that. Just weigh yourself every single morning, eating those maintenance calories after a shit and a piss. Because you need to do it after you go to the bathroom. Specifically after you take a shit, because like a shit can like add like 3 pounds to you. But after you take it, it's like you're 3 pounds lighter, and that's like actually your real weight. and make healthy meals that are still delicious. This is how I actually changed my diet. Is I remember I would used to eat like shit all the time. I wouldn't used to eat that much, but when I used to, it would always just be like random processed junk, like weird snacks that we would have around the house. Make healthy meals that are so delicious. So you can make like this is at least this is how I changed my diet. I made healthy meals that are still delicious because like there's I don't know why people have this mindset that like healthy food doesn't taste good. What? Like why? Why does that make sense? If you really like hold on, if you really think about this, let's use our brain for a second. What food like tastes good but that's actually healthy for us? Meat, eggs, cheese, you know, fruit tastes good, some vegetables taste good. Those things they're actually healthy for us. And they taste like great. Like if you season them properly, you cook them properly, they taste great. And I think like a lot of these food companies they know this. And so what they do is like they make food that tastes good to like our like caveman brain just to get us addicted to it. But what if like you could have an addiction to the healthy food? What if you could have like a little bit of an addiction to that healthy food? Because like listen, there's like a couple levels to this. Like level one is like here. It's like okay, you can gain muscle, but you still eat shit food, right? Up here is like okay, you can gain muscle and you can improve your health at the same time. Way up here is like you can gain muscle, get healthier, and eat foods that are still tasty. That's where I am right now, and you can still make healthy meals that are still delicious. You just gotta know how to cook them properly. So you can go up and look up how to cook chicken breast properly, how to cook this certain food, whatever it is, right, properly. You can look up recipes and like shit like that. That's how I changed my diet, at least. Let's go over training, right? So I never like I don't know why like I tried PPL, I tried like a bunch of these splits. I never liked them. I never liked them that much. The one that really worked for me, I guess like any split can work for you. The one that worked for me was a 4-day split, 4-day upper lower, right? And those are my current split. So Monday I do legs and arms. Tuesday chest, back, shoulders. Thursday legs and arms again, and Friday is again chest, back, and shoulders. So my philosophy with this is, I don't know about you, but for the traditional upper lower splits, if you try and train upper body in one day, like the whole thing, bro, you're in the gym for like 3 hours. Promise you right now, it's like you're gonna be in the gym for 3 hours. You know what I mean? Because you gotta train your chest, back, you gotta train, your side delts, your rear delts, your front delts, then you gotta train arms, you gotta train triceps, you gotta train forearms, and all these things. It's like, it takes like a long time to do that. And I love the gym as well. Like I love going to the gym. Like that's one of the most fun parts of like my daily routine at least. But it's like, do I want to spend 3 hours in the gym? No, not really. Because I still want to go home. I still want to like do more work. I still want to like read and stuff, right? So for me, splitting it, putting arms on the leg days, it actually really helped me as well because those are my weak points right now. It's just my arms and legs. But yeah, this is the split that I like at least. And maybe you can flip these as well, so you can modify this however you want. So you can put, you can do actually chest, back, shoulders on Monday instead. But your actionable step, you can just try out my split if you want. So this is the split right here. See if it works for you. See like if it works for you. For me personally, I like 4 days a week because out of 3 of those days, I can do other things. I can like, go on a hike with friends. I can like do martial arts. I can do other things. and still hit like my daily workouts. So I can still do this, I can still gain muscle, but I can still do all of the other stuff that I want to do as well. So this one actually, like this is my current favorite split at this point. And that's a big one, is like you can try my split. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, that's fine. Just try something else, because you need to find a split that you actually like, because then you'll actually stick to it. So don't overthink it. Just try this out. And if you don't like it, you can make modifications to it as you so desire, right? Let's go over sleep. Please, bro. Please stop sacrificing sleep. Eat food throughout the day so you don't have fucked up sleep either, right? So one of the big mistakes that I used to make was I never really had a big appetite, right? Duh. And so I used to like eat all of my food like really, really late in the day. I used to eat like one meal a day, 2 meals a day, right? And you can certainly do that if that works for you. You know, sometimes that works for me as well. But you need to eat food throughout the day so like you don't have fucked up sleep. What I mean by this is that when you eat really, really late at night, it always fucks up my sleep. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Maybe for you it's different. So maybe for you, you can eat like right before you go to bed and you don't feel, you feel fine, you sleep fine. For me, that was never the case. For me, I would always have to have an empty stomach before I would go to bed. And so what I would do here is eat food throughout the day so you don't have fucked up sleep, right? So kind of just like space out your meals as well. So like when you wake up, you can go have protein straight away. You can go have a shake straight away. That's what I do. So for me, you might be like me. You also want to like, wake up early in the morning, get some good work done. For me, I've tested this. So when I eat carbs, specifically carbs, like I don't know why, but actually, I actually kind of do know why. But when you eat carbs, or at least when I eat carbs, I become an absolute retard, an absolute freaking autist, because I get brain fog, I get sleepy, I get lethargic and stuff. When I have like just protein, it's like, I've tested this before. I've tested doing the same task after, drinking a protein shake and after just like eating nothing. So I've tested both, and there's not really that much of a difference. So for me, I can just like drink a protein shake and I'll be fine, like first thing in the morning, right? For you, that might not be. So for you, it's like you kind of need to decide of like what's your main thing right now. Is it bulking, gaining a lot of muscle, like doing a lot of that, or is it just work? Is it just school? Is it something like that? Just decide. And then, just align 100% of your life to that. So your actionable step, just watch the full sleep guide that I made. I made like a little, like 30 minute guide about what I did to improve my sleep, or at least what worked for me. And hopefully you can gain some value from it. Hopefully you can actually improve your sleep as well. Visualizations, right? So at the beginning of each day, I would visualize myself training hard, not skipping meals, sticking to the plan. And that's exactly what happened. Visualizations are actually really, really powerful, because I remember one time before, I walked into the gym, as I was like walking down, I like mentally play a little bit of a movie of myself walking in, saying hi to the receptionist, like saying hi to all my friends, fist bumping my friends and stuff, and getting straight into the workout. And that's exactly what happened. Just that little like mental movie, mental like visualization actually helps a lot, or at least it helped me a lot. So what you can do is you can visualize yourself being ultra disciplined with this plan. You can visualize yourself at the beginning of each day. This is what I did. I visualized myself waking up, going downstairs, having protein straight away, No excuses. Training every single day. No excuses. Every single day training hard. Getting all of my meals and getting good sleep in, right? I would visualize myself doing all of that, and that's basically what happened. So this helped me a lot. You can try this for yourself. Maybe it might not work. That's fine. Tracking progress, right? So, just remove this real quick. Let's move down here. This is something that you can do if you want. I actually recommend it because you get to just like look back on all the progress you've made and actually be proud of it. So I don't know why, but I felt like tracking progress. I was like, oh no, it's like it's gay. It's like I don't want to do that. For a while, like I actually did. So you can see here like these like really like sharp ups and downs, like right here. I actually did track like every single day for a little while. And then I stopped doing it because I'm just gonna be honest, I was lazy, right? I was lazy as fuck. So I just stopped doing it for a little bit. But I'm still so glad that I just took pictures of myself like this because you might like feel like ashamed right now. You might feel like, oh no, I'm skinny as hell. Like why would I take a picture of that? Trust me when I say it's like when you look back on this, when you're older, when you're way bigger, if you follow this guide, you're gonna be proud. You're gonna be like, damn, I actually did that. So you can see here, like you can see the change, like gained 34 pounds. Not too bad. Obviously, like I'm still small as fuck, right? But I think I've made a decent amount of progress. So what you can do is you can take a photo and weigh yourself every single morning. Just a simple little actionable step for you. Covered everything I promised you in this guide. Hopefully, this guide proved useful to you. Hopefully, you can take some value from it. And hope you take action on it. All right, you should be really proud of yourself because you've made it to the end of almost this 40-minute long video, right? This video didn't have any edits, any cuts, or anything like that. So you probably have a really good attention span compared to all your other peers. So you should be really proud of that as well. All right? Go take action on this. You got this, man.